Certainly excited to be here.
The clock has begun. 45 minutes on the clock, starting now.
Certainly excited to be here at the Orange Bowl. Definitely pumped to play a great Texas Tech team. Got a lot of respect for Coach McGuire and the job he does. We just wrapped up a practice and enjoying our time so far in Miami.
What's the keys to victory for you guys?
Yeah, play our game. You know, you got two really good teams. You can't go out there thinking about making mistakes. You got to go out there and execute and do your job. Two explosive offenses, two defenses that have played really well throughout the season. But ultimately, we've got an elite quarterback. We've got a team that plays really well together. We need to see that show up in this game.
Does it feel different preparing for a quarterfinal when you've already played a game
Yeah.
compared to last year?
Yeah, definitely different. You know, less time off. I think that's been a benefit for our players. Staying in sequence and rhythm. It's a lot easier to maintain that rhythm for us, but definitely a difference.
Coming off a big win right out of Austin, take that momentum into the next game. How much different was that from last year?
Well, you came off a big win from the Big Ten championship the year before, right? It's just a lot of time, in between, and there isn't a lot of time to think, which is good. In my opinion, playoff games should be played in sequential order and really quickly. I think that allowed for a little bit more of that rhythm this year for us, which was good.
I know you guys have had one 9 a.m. game this year. How do you prepare for the time?
Well, we practice every morning in the morning, right? That's kind of our sequence. So this will be like 9 a.m. for us. That's normally right when we're hitting the practice field. So not that different. Obviously, we got out here yesterday with a little bit of time to prepare and kind of get in rhythm with what the time difference feels like. Got our players up this morning, ready to roll. So I think it's something we'll be ready for. Yeah, I think the record itself just speaks for the conference, the quality of players, and the quality of coaches and teams in this conference. I definitely think the Big Ten is the best conference in college football. Last two national championships have indicated that as well. So it's a good opportunity. There's some good teams, some good Big Ten teams still playing football right now, and I hope they show out.
There's 17 plus in the turnover margin. How do you guys play this when you're not competing?
Yeah, I think the biggest credit to that, belongs in a lot of ways to their defense and the way that they attack the ball. Even when it might be credited as a missed tackle, that's because they're punching and attacking at the ball. So they do as good a job of anybody that we've played at attacking the ball. We have to do a great job of protecting it. And then it's kind of a competition between our defense and their defense on who can create takeaways. Yeah, ultimately, injuries this year has really played a part in really our theme of the season, which is strength in numbers and being able to lean on guys that can go play winning football for you. We have a lot of guys that can do that, and we have coaches that are doing a good job of being able to adapt. When you get guys back like that, you want to try to figure out how you can get back in rhythm and be able to utilize those players, but it won't change some of the things that we've been able to create over the last few weeks.
Speaking of coaches, losing your two coordinators, how much more does
Yeah, one thing I'll give great credit to Coach Stein and Coach Lupoi. They've worked their tails off. You wouldn't know a difference that they're taking other jobs. They're spending a lot of time at night working on the job that they're about to go into, but they're spending a lot of time during the day on the job that they have and the job that they feel responsible for towards our players. They've worked extremely hard, and the players around them have prepared really, really hard, which has been awesome to see.
About that part of success as a head coach, now you have to keep doing this. You're going to have to keep doing that.
Yeah, it's always been on the forefront of my mind. It's something you want to happen in your program. I think it speaks to a healthy program when coaches get opportunities. I certainly leaned on some other people on how they've helped handle that situation, what it has to look like. And I think the biggest thing is you can't cheat the players, right? There's something that they've earned, they deserve. We got to be able to give them our best and adapt to make sure that we can give them our best. Bo's doing great, man. It really fires me up. I think everybody knows I'm a Chiefs fan, but if it's not the Chiefs, I'd love to see an Oregon Duck go take care of business, and Bo's been doing an outstanding job. Yeah, play your game, right? Real simple. I'm not getting into our theme of the week, but ultimately go out there and execute the way you're meant to do. What you've shown us a million times in practice, let it show up on the field. No setback. We just like moving Evan up and down so you guys talk about it instead of talking about our team. Yeah, I just think it helps you keep your rhythm. Keep your rhythm when you get an opportunity to keep playing football. If you have a long break, it's hard to keep the focus and the rhythm for your players. Yeah, I mean, again, explosive offense. They've got receivers outside that can win. They've got running backs that are really good in the run game, a quarterback that makes great decisions. Their tight ends show up in the passing game. They're able to play with tempo, which will be a challenge at times. It means you have to line up, get the call, and play. But ultimately, they're really efficient. Yeah, Tech's a really strong team. Even if you look at them deep in the fourth quarter, they've really beat their teams by a heavy margin in the fourth quarter. So it's about playing a four-quarter battle, but that starts with starting fast. We've been a really good team when we start fast. We got to be a team that can play all four quarters in this game. Yeah, just the time, maintaining focus, the transition, all the things that go on with the portal. At that time, the portal was already open. A lot of things exist in that window that makes it difficult, but everybody's dealing with it. I'd certainly say strength in numbers. Just the amount of players that we can play. Our roster is certainly different. The mindset and the maturity of our players, that really sticks out to me. There's always pressure, and you want.
Team. I think the most important one that stands out is just his pregame speeches when we're at home. Of course, this whole team, we're excited for the next speech because he's always having something memorized. He's always having a great story to tell to make sure that our hairs are on fire when we go take the field. So I kind of feel like the biggest thing Coach Lanning does a great job is just preparing us to go out there and play hard and play behind him. Favorite one would probably be Penn State. The whiteout game, his speech before there was great, kind of had us fueled up, and I feel like every game, of course, he does a great job, but Penn State is for sure a standout one. Yeah, I was laughing at him today at practice. He has little sunglasses on. I'm like, oh, you're enjoying the sunshine. We don't have much sun in Eugene right now, so he's appreciating it a lot. He's for sure been coaching us, pushing us at practice, making sure we're getting our sleep, understanding the time difference, but Coach Lanning's done a great job. Make sure he's keep pushing us. Miami Dan, I like it. Yeah, it's just two competitive teams, two teams that deserve to be in the playoffs. They have great talent. We have great talent. They have a great coaching staff. We have a great coaching staff. Kind of feel like the biggest thing, of course, is being able to play in Miami, play in front of the fans, play in the playoffs. It's everybody, it's every kid's dream to be here. So just two talented teams, and at the end of the day, it's football. So we're excited. Yeah, we're always living in the moment, understanding that this game, of course, is the most important game. We're treating this game like it's the championship, so we're excited to keep, preparing and getting ready to play on Saturday. Or on Thursday, my bad. It's time difference is insane and change. Yeah, they have a great defense. They have a great offense. They have good special teams. It's another great team. Of course, they have great talented players. At the end of the day, it's 11-on-11 football. We've been working our tails off. They've probably been working their tails off as well. So at the end of the day, it's going to be another football game. So they have a lot of great talent. We have a lot of great talent. We're ready to get it going. Catchphrase, I think the Ducks versus them will announce it. I can't really say it yet. Yeah, of course, the personal accolades when it comes to the Manning Award, Heisman, this and that, all that's cool and all, but without the 10 other players on the field with me, I wouldn't be where I am. Understanding that at the end of the day, a team award is bigger than anything. Understanding that, the offense, the defense, the special teams, we put so much work in as a team. So when it comes to personal awards, I'm not really big into it. At the end of the day, it's cool to have those awards, but I feel like the biggest thing is just the team award. You said what? I can't hear you. Yeah, understanding that, I have mentors. I had a chance to talk to Cam Newton. That's somebody that, took me under his wing, a couple years ago. And just somebody that just, vent to. Just when it comes to life, when it comes to personal problems, when it comes to the game of football. He's been through a lot. He's been through the highest stages. He's won a national championship. He's, been in the Super Bowl, been MVP and everything. It's just him, being a black quarterback in America. It can be a lot that comes with it, but overall, I vent to him a lot. He gives me a lot of advice, and I'm thankful for him. Yeah, it started with a 7-on-7 team, C1N down in Atlanta. He kind of reached out to me. I'm glad he did. I got to learn a lot from him. And then when it came to just me being my senior year and not playing 7-on-7 anymore, he kind of texted me. He's like, "Here's my number." He's like, "Whenever you need anything, just hit me." And I've always FaceTime him, call him, just check in with him. He's always checking in with me, so it's somebody I call for sure, like a mentor. Yeah, like I said, he's been through it all. He's been the lowest of lows, he's been the highest of highs. He's a guy that, of course, has many talent. He's played at the highest stage. I kind of feel like I just vent to him about things I need. It's just he's just a great dude, great energy. Can always be serious, be funny. He's just someone I love to death. Yeah, he doesn't really say much about it. He's excited for me just to be in college playing football.
I was just trying to get you to repeat that because it was interesting.
Oh.
I mean, that was a good game, very good game. Ball and return it to the end zone for a pick six at the end, so it was pretty electric.
You talked about the tortillas. The Big 12's kind of cracked down on that this year. So that class basically what was that like? That's kind of unique to Texas baseball.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool thing. I mean, I could see why, it'd kind of be hazardous at times. Your tortillas are all over the place. You got to pick them up. But I thought it was a pretty cool tradition, and it was cool to see.
What do you think, considering you've been at Oregon for multiple years, a lot of guys have gone and transferred, have you ever been approached to transfer?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a new age of college football. I think everyone has a reason to do something, whether that's family, personal, something with where they're at. Obviously, I grew up in Eugene. I'll be a Duck fan for my entire life, so entering the portal has never really crossed my mind. So I'm not going to have a lot of teammates that have came into our program and made a huge impact out of the portal, and have also been great teammates. So I'm not going to say I'd I don't like the portal or whatnot. I definitely think there's some negative aspects of it. Guys transferring a whole lot, and culture being kind of a hard thing to come by in college sports nowadays. But yeah, there's pros and cons, just like anything. Man, it's a big-time matchup, big-time Division I football right here in the Orange Bowl, which Oregon's never played in the Orange Bowl, so I'm excited to get down here and be a part of history. Bring a win back to Eugene and the state of Oregon. So it's a pretty cool opportunity.
I got to imagine opportunities like this, being on a stage like this, is another reason why you want to come back and run it back. What does that mean to you? Be able to play it?
Yeah, I mean, last New Year's we had a pretty bad taste in our mouth. It was a big reason why I wanted to come back after that Ohio State game, and we're back here now a year later. So it's I'm blessed to be in this opportunity and be playing in this game. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is how you respond to adversity. Tech's going to make some good plays on offense. They're going to hit some, big stops on defense. They're a good team. So, we just got to stick to our process. And whether we're up 2 touchdowns, down 2 touchdowns, the game's not over till the game's over. It's going to be a 4-quarter battle. I already know that. And the most physical team's going to win the game. So just sticking with our process throughout the entire game. Yeah, I'd say the biggest thing was, one, enjoy the moment. This is something that, when I was 10 years old or 8 years old, I watched Oregon play Auburn in the national championship in 2011, and that's something that you dream of, and it's hard to, it's easy to overlook that when you're going through the process and things. Like, realize that this is the coolest thing you'll do in your life. That was number one. And number two, don't make the game bigger than it is. We play the game every single day in practice. We've played big games throughout the season. You've played in big games through your entire career. So, play the game, not the occasion. Appreciate you. Uniform.
How can I help you? One of an apex predator. If we can get our tight ends to block in the C area, with a physical manner, I think we have a great chance. Not trying to run around like Big Sexy all day. Yeah, I think it's a great point. It's cool to see. We bring up, I believe, if you look at the current top 10 defenses in the nation, 7 of the 10 advanced to the playoffs. So I appreciate you bringing that up in an offensive world. But there's a reason. There's a lot of great offenses as well. So, like the one we're about to face. So exciting challenge for us. Multiple. Play at a great tempo. Got a lot of weapons out there, and certainly going to be a challenge for us to try to slow them down. Yeah, fortunately for us, we get to face one of the best offenses in the country every day in practice, and they get to do that on the defensive side as well. So iron sharpens iron, and now when you advance to the playoffs, there is no weak link team. Everyone is really good at what they do. So going to be about how we execute, how we can communicate, and how we can attack. Well, I think it means everything. It means while we're still here, as
we've worked extremely hard from this moment, and being here, coming aboard day one with Coach Lanning, it's been a special 4 years. This is my family here. Got a strong emotional tie to the players here, to the staff here, and has been one of the best experiences in my career. Being a part of this. So it wasn't even a thought as far as not continuing on. And fortunately for the young men that I'm blessed to coach, they've put ourselves in this position, to have a shot at the title. And next in line here is this challenge come Thursday, and pumped for that challenge. Appreciate it. Well, I think he's already proven to play really effective football, regardless of whatever that health is. And as far as we know, I know that health, obviously with the time off, is just continued to be healthier. So I don't think there's any different approach. He's already proven, one, to play a high caliber brand of football with whatever that the status of his leg is. And I would imagine with time off and extra treatment and attention towards that, we're going to get the best version of him.